to be talking about unsecured credit card. Unsecured credit card is a credit card where you are given because you have become a pro. Now you know how to use the credit card, you know how to pay on time, and you know what is your limit, and you can continue as a manager of your credit card. So today we're going to be talking about the unsecured credit card, which is a very good and very important message for you today. Thank you for watching, thank you for your subscribing, and welcome to my channel. My name is Eunice. Whenever you have unsecured credit card, remember now you are independent on your own. You are given that credit card without depositing money in your account. Remember when I talked about my previous video about you have to deposit some money in order for you to have a secured credit card. Now when you have an unsecured credit card, it's your own on your own mind. When is your due, how much you're gonna spend, and how much you can afford to pay back. So that's the money in your card, which now you are independent for you to do whatever you wanna use that money for. When you have unsecured credit card, you can have a part of cash whereby you can go to the ATM and withdraw that money, and you have to create a PIN for that. In case you run out of cash and you need money to pay either your electricity or you want to pay something, you can go to the ATM and withdraw some and you pay your bill. So that's unsecured credit card. Remember, when you have unsecured credit card, you are like having an extra money, but it's not your money, it's a debt. As I always like to say, you need to have a debt to be a millionaire or a billionaire. Without using the credit card, you can create a debt too, but the problem with the credit card is you can fail so fast in order for if you forget to pay that credit card. And you can have a very high interest rate if you don't pay that credit card on time. So remember, whenever you go and swipe that credit card, remember what was your due date, what was your payment due date. If you want to be safe, just pay that credit card before like 5 or 3 days before the credit card due date, and then you will see a very huge benefit for that. But again, I'm not telling you what to do. This is just my own opinion or my own experience using the credit card. As I mentioned earlier, I have American Express where I have $3,000 whereby I can withdraw that money, pay my bill, but I have to return that money before the reading statement for the next month. So remember, the most important thing when you have a credit card is to remember to pay whatever you have used. What you have used is what you're gonna pay. But if you don't pay that what you have used, remember you have to pay now with interest. So you're not doing a very good job when you have to pay with interest. Remember, sometimes the credit card is not building your credit too, because you have to have a debt so you can build your credit with a debt. So you don't wanna do that unless you don't have any other debts. Like what I say, you can create a debt by paying your credit card, like maybe you pay 50 and then you left with 25, because you have to use your credit, like you have to use 10% of what is in that card, especially if you're a beginner. So I'm not pro, I'm not perfect, and I'm not Stephen Graham who show you everything with technology. So, but this is through my own experience. It's easy for you to note the date, which is your due date. So how much money you have spent, you have to go and pay that money before the due date. Let's say, for example, you have spent $5 or $2 like this, and your due date is on 28. So before 28, you have to pay your credit on 25. Now you are set free. Now you don't have to keep worried about my credit card which I have not yet paid, and you are now free to go and use the credit card again. instead of using your debit, as I mentioned earlier to my previous video, keep using your debit, your credit card, so you can also have a history. Remember, here we need to have a history as well to have a good credit, especially if you want to have a credit card for a business or for travel. You need to have a very good history, and also showing how much you can afford to pay whenever you use. So if you like my channel, please consider to subscribe and also to hit the like button to help my channel to grow. And also, here is another thing. Let's say, for example, if you have a secured credit card, you can have as much as money like maybe 5,000 or 3,000 and above, which will help you. You can pay your rent. You don't have to keep borrowing your uncle, your sister, your brother, your friend's money. And also remember, don't use your credit card to buy Gucci, Cavalli, Tesla, paying all those things with your credit card, which they have high interest rate when you cannot afford to pay those things. Just use the money which you could spend, and make sure you have that money in your bank, in your saving or in your checking, whereby you will go and pay back the credit card how much money you have used. Thank you for watching, and if you like the topic, please consider to subscribe and also to hit the like button to help my channel to grow. Another thing is, whenever you have your credit card, make sure you have to sit down and do a budget. Let's say, for example, if I spent this $100 from this credit card and I want to pay only $50, yes, you can do that. For example, your credit card will have some requirements, like they will send you the minimum payment which you have to pay whenever you spend the credit card. Let's say, for example, I spent like $5,000. Of course, maybe I don't have that much money, but I have a minimum of $1,000 to pay that. That will be a very good for me, because in the due date I have to pay the minimum now, which is $1,000. Remember, you have to remember to check all your statements and the agreement you have with the lender of your card. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on my next video on Friday.